What if the most famous temple in Cambodia concealed a deeper secret? Beneath Angkor Wat's majestic towers lies a water empire so powerful it shaped the jungle, yet so fragile that it may have led to its own destruction. Before sunrise, Angkor appears almost otherworldly. Darkness blankets the sky. Mist drifts over the moat. Gradually, 5 ancient towers emerge against the first light, like mountains from a forgotten world. It feels as though the earth is recalling a secret it has kept hidden for centuries. This is Angkor Wat, one of humanity's greatest monuments. Yet, monument seems too small. Angkor Wat feels like a doorway to a civilization that didn't just endure the jungle. It learned its rhythms, shaped its waters, nourished its people, and transformed faith into stone. Many travelers arrive at Angkor Wat expecting beauty. They find it, but if they listen closely, they sense something stranger. A quiet question lingers in the air. How did a civilization create something so vast in this challenging tropical world? The answer lies not just in stone, but in water. Water filled the moats. Water fed the rice fields. Water flowed through canals, like blood in a living body. This essential element helped the Khmer Empire rise, expand, and dream on a scale beyond imagination. But the very force that nurtured Angkor also exposed its vulnerabilities. To understand Angkor, one must grasp. The Khmer Empire rose in the 9th century, becoming one of the mightiest civilizations in mainland Southeast Asia. Its influence stretched across vast territories, but its strength was not solely territorial. It lay in its ability to weave land, belief, labor, and imagination into a grand order. At the heart of this order stood the king. In Angkor, kingship held sacred significance. The ruler was more than a political figure wielding power. He bridged the human and divine realms. His authority reflected the universe's order, which is why Khmer kings built temples with grave intention. These structures conveyed what armies could not. Each temple etched a ruler's place in the cosmic design and proclaimed divine protection. This vision reached its zenith under King Suryavarman II in the 12th century. He aspired to create not just another royal temple, but a universe. Angkor Wat, dedicated to Vishnu, was infused with the language of Hindu cosmology. The 5 towers rose like the peaks of Mount Meru, the sacred mountain at existence's. The surrounding moat represented the cosmic ocean, while the temple's ascending levels guided the body and mind upward, each step transcending ordinary life toward the divine. Even its westward orientation holds a mystery. Most Khmer temples faced east, toward dawn, yet Angkor Wat faced west, a direction linked to Vishnu, the setting sun, death, and the after. Angkor Wat was faith cast in geometric form, kingship transformed into a landscape, a human endeavor to make the universe's invisible order visible. Yet beneath that sacred vision, the empire required earthly essentials: food, labor, seasons, and water. No matter how beautiful, a vision alone could not sustain a city. Angkor thrived in a land. Monsoons brought overwhelming rains, filling rivers and nourishing fields, only for the dry season to parch the same land. Survival hinged on memory, planning, labor, and patience. Here lies Angkor's true genius. Behind its towering structures and intricate carvings was an expansive water system, a hidden network beneath the empire's skin. Reservoirs captured rains. Canals transported water across the land. Moats safeguarded sacred spaces and stabilized the earth. Ponds and embankments directed water through fields and settlements. The Khmer people didn't merely exist beside water, they understood its moods. Their brilliance lay not in conquering nature, but in harmonizing with its rhythms. They learned when water rose and fell, where it pooled, and how to guide it. This relationship fortified the empire. Rice sustained the populace upheld the temples. The temples embodied the king's sacred image, who coordinated labor, land, ritual, and power. Everything was interconnected. Angkor emerged from a cycle of water and rice, faith and authority, ordinary labor and extraordinary dreams. The beauty perceived today stems from thousands of unseen lives: farmers in flooded fields, workers digging canals, engineers interpreting the land, families dwelling near waterways. The empire existed not only in the towers, but in the hands that kept the water flowing. Modern technology has unveiled the enormous temples once thought isolated in the jungle reveal themselves as part of a vast urban landscape. with roads, canals, reservoirs, ponds, and settlements radiating across a sprawling area. Angkor didn't merely coexist with nature. It reshaped it. However, as the system expanded, it grew reliant on balance. Water needed to be stored, moved, made. A blocked canal, a damaged reservoir, or a prolonged drought could disrupt more than agriculture. It could undermine an entire civilization's confidence. The very water that empowered Angkor also rendered its power fragile. Angkor's decline did not occur in a single, dramatic event. It unfolded slowly, like a stone wall developing unnoticed cracks until rain starts to seep through. By the 14th and 15th centuries, the Khmer world faced pressures from multiple fronts. Neighboring Thai kingdoms grew stronger. Military conflicts strained the political center. Royal authority weakened, trade routes shifted, and Theravada Buddhism deepened its roots across the region. None of these forces alone could explain the decline, but collectively, they made Angkor's old system increasingly untenable. The landscape itself might have contributed to the crisis. Prolonged droughts diminished the water necessary for fields and reservoirs, while intense monsoon floods ravaged canals and channels. A system built on ingenuity required constant upkeep, labor, coordination, and political will. When these elements faltered, even a brilliant system could start to fail. This renders Angkor's decline profound. It symbolizes the clash between human ambition and nature's limits. For centuries, the empire had organized water, yet water could never be fully controlled. It could be guided, stored, honored, and studied, but never owned. As Angkor weakened, power gradually shifted from the ancient temple city to areas near the Mekong River and vital trade routes. The center moved. The city that once felt like the universe's heart grew quieter. Yet Angkor Wat did not perish. Buddhist monks continued to care for it. Local communities preserved its memory. Pilgrims still journeyed here. The temple remained sacred, even as the political empire around it faded. This detail matters deeply. Angkor was not simply lost. What faded was not memory itself, but the wider world's comprehension of the civilization that created it. The jungle did not erase Angkor. It gently enveloped the ancient city like a secret, waiting for a patient human memory to decipher it once more. When the world began to rediscover Angkor, it found not a lifeless relic, but a memory still alive. Today, Angkor, it belongs to a distant empire, yet it remains more than a relic. It is a sacred site. Monks traverse its corridors. Visitors lower their voices within its walls. Cambodians see it not merely as stone, but as a symbol of their identity and their ancestors' aspirations. That is why Angkor Wat graces Cambodia's flag. It transcends architecture. It embodies continuity, memory, and proof that a people can still draw strength from what endures. Angkor Wat does not proclaim that power endures eternally. It does not assert that beauty shields a civilization from change. Instead, it conveys something quieter, perhaps truer. Human greatness is fragile, yet not without meaning. The kings are gone, the old capital transformed, some canals dry, some roads vanished beneath roots and earth. Yet the towers persist, rising against the dawn, touched by morning light as if time itself paused for a fleeting moment. A city can fall, a system can crumble. A royal dream can fade into silence, but wonder can endure. In the end, Angkor Wat is a tale of humanity's aspiration to impose order on a world in constant. The Khmer people surveyed a challenging landscape of rain, heat, forest, and drought. They did not merely accept it, they learned from it. They shaped water into sustenance, sustenance into power, power into architecture, and architecture into memory. Yet Angkor reminds us that every grand system has its limits. A civilization can shine brightly, yet water can be directed for a season, but never owned indefinitely. Nature can be molded with wisdom, but never conquered by pride. Time can be honored in stone, but never halted by it. This is the deeper lesson Angkor imparts. In our lives, we strive to control everything. We plan our futures, safeguard our work, construct our identities, and hope our efforts endure. Dreams demand structure. But Angkor teaches us to build with humility, to honor the systems we depend upon, be they nature, family, health, community, or inner peace. If we neglect the foundation, even our greatest accomplishments can become fragile. So perhaps the question is not, how can we control life entirely? but rather, how can we create something meaningful while acknowledging that life is ever-changing? Angkor survived not by exerting control, but by leaving behind wonder, memory, and significance. What matters more, constructing something impressive or creating